Hey guys, sup, Brady here for the TheYugiohCouncil. I am super tired, super exhausted, and I have a small little thing to go over with you guys. Nationals was this weekend, so obviously we have to talk about Nationals. Why I knock out the air conditioner and plug in my laptop at the same time because I'm amazing that way. The other thing we need to talk about is Solemn advice. It's one of the two. I want to call it advice. There's no R there. These are the two topics on Coffee Time, obviously, and I wanted to talk about the trap cards sooner. I wanted to talk about Nationals sooner, but some things kind of just ate up that time frame. And if you look at the Facebook post, you understand why. If you watch this Rap Showcase, you understand why. So I don't need to go into that too much. So this is gonna be a little bit of a longer one to make up for all that. And by the time this video comes out, and you know you're sitting there watching it and listening to every word I say, I will be sleeping. Not even joking. I will be wiped out, exhausted. So if I don't answer your comments, I apologize. I will get to it tomorrow in the morning. I promise you that I always do. Alright. So let's talk about Nationals. I feel like this is one of the biggest, well, this is one of the biggest events that we have next to YCS and Worlds. And this is pretty much the end of the meta for right now. And the 2-month format, you can't really call it meta because there's really nothing to really play against. This is one YCS and an ARG, and that's pretty much it. So, not much to deal with. Alright, so 7 Yugioh, 4 Hat, 4 Sylvan, 4 Fire Fist, Hand, Artifact, Trap Tricks, Guy that has a Tongue Twister, 3 Metalche, 3 Inferni, 2 Artifact, Trap Tricks, 2 Bujin, 2 Dragon Ruler, 2 Mermail, 2 Lightsworn, 1 Prophecy, 1 Heradic, and 1 Frog OTK, which seemed to be confirmed via Pojo. That's what I got. I think it's 38 or like 42 or something along those lines. I remember Reversal Quiz was topping the event too. So lots of surprises this year's Nationals. When I say a lot of surprises, some of you are going, scratching your head, well, this is the same stuff we've seen. Spellbooks, the Frog OTK, the Reversal Quiz, the Infinities. We haven't seen them in a little while. Sylvan's topping. These are things that you do not expect to top. Now, I do want to talk about some negatives. And why I feel Konami is very, I'm going to just vary a lot here. Very damn lazy when it came to this ban list. Because we're pretty much going to see Hat take over events. 7 Yugioh best deck ever. That's pretty much the first thing to run through your mind. They're still a great deck, even with just losing the trap card, you know, down to 1. It's not going to fully kill them, obviously enough. Hats took all, like, the semifinals were just hats, and that's insanity. I'm not going to lie and sit here and say I had the time to watch it this time. I didn't have the time to watch it. I got the basically instant replay from Yu-Gi-Oh! 414, a Yu-Gi tuber you should be subscribed for today. Now, it's not that way. But, watching a mirror match of Hat is just pretty much watching a mirror match. If anything, it kind of just comes down, that's the AC in the back. I have it on high because I am so freaking wiped. It's kind of one of those things that you're just, meh. Either you love it, or you hate it, or you're in the middle. I'm kind of in the middle. I don't really care because I attack Fire Hand with my Fire Hands, and then we both search for Ice Hands, and you get how that works. It pretty much is a slow-paced game. Sylvans have been such a wild card, and I want to see the build so badly just to understand how they were able to top and decipher them. And I do have something for the meta player still to keep the meta very exciting for you. And I do have something very special in the works in the next couple of days, which I am not talking about in this video. No disrespect to anyone, hence why I need the deck list for this. No, I'm not going to post deck list that way. If you've been following the Facebook posts, it's been stock market price guide will be releasing later this week if we get the deck list on time. If not, it'll be early next week. It's going to take a lot of preparation to do that. You'll see what I mean, how the format will play out for the video. Heretics have been a surprise. Spellbooks have been a surprise. I'm excited about all these things. I'm not excited. Please don't take this as hate. I'm not excited to basically see 6 versions of wait, no, 10 versions of Trap Tricks and 7 versions of Yugioh, and you know it just kind of drags the game down where it's these are the 2 best decks, and you could top with Dragon Rulers because Dragon Rulers are still around even though it's been almost 2 years later. It's been a little over 2 years, a little over a year, almost 2 years. It's getting there. It's getting there. It's kind of one of those things that, as I said in the ban list video, or I should have said, is that Konami has been very, very boring with its formats, and that's just how I feel about it. I know some of you will think, hey, this is the best format ever. I can agree with that to some extent. At the same time, I could disagree because, well, I want the format to be fun, I want to have excitement, I want it to be, you know, I'm all good for diversity, but when it's the same stuff topping for pretty much 16 months on the go, at least that's how it feels, and it's close to that, you kind of start scratching your head and going, Konami's not doing something, they're not doing right, they're screwing up on something. There's something they're not doing right that they need to improve on. And Nationals is pretty much the biggest showing of the year because Worlds is going to have its own list. That's pretty much a go. UK Nationals, we saw Mermills, we saw Lightsworn, the top tables, you know, Hat were pushed down a little bit. They knew how to play through it. America, we used Hat to the extreme of extreme, and pretty much I'm pretty sure we're just going to see Hat at Worlds from America. Correct me if I'm mistaken, there are no TCG exclusives in that deck, and everything has been released to the countries going to Worlds. So in that regard, I believe Hat could be something that leads America to win Worlds for the first time ever, and then everyone goes, we won one, you know. America's never won a Worlds, but that's a totally different segment for a totally different other video, with not a total topic, I meant to say. But let me know what you guys wanted to see for Nationals in the comments, and what you were hoping for from Nationals, and what you didn't get out of Nationals, just everything. If you were there at Nationals, let me hear it. I know Alex from the Yu-Gi-Oh! He's a member of ours, was there. He was the one who came up with Tech Tuesday, and I know there was another video came up with, I can't remember the name. I really cannot remember the name. I am so sorry. It'll come back to me. But it's pretty much just that. It's gotten to the point that it's just I wanted more. I guess I was expecting more. I was expecting something so random. Like, we did get the one random thing, which was the I just want to make sure I have the right thing here while I scroll down my mouse. Reverse the quiz OTK. That is so completely left-sided, you know, right field, whatever phrase you want to use. I'm swinging my hands around. It's completely random, but let's get to that trap card. Let's talk about that now. Not to be jumping ship left and right like that. Obviously, we weren't. Solemn advice. I want to say advice, because ADVISE, but I'm half asleep, so my terminology may be off, or my punctuality, however you want to phrase it. I have like 40 words for that, but however you want to phrase it. I'm completely exhausted. I've not slept on the flight over. Counter trap card. While you control no other set cards in your spell and trap zone, when a monster would be, or monsters would be summoned, because there's an S there in the little circles. But when a spell, trap, or monster effect is activated, pay 3,000 light points to negate the summon or activation. If you do, destroy that card. You can only control this set card. It costs 3,000 to use, and pretty much you're going to think it's poop, throw it outside the window. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, this is something that you may want to consider in decks like Chaos Dragons, or just, I want to say, Dragon Ruler, stuff that's going to have very low back row at times, or Lightsworn even. Freaking Lightsworn. Monarchs, baby! Frog Monarchs! We don't keep it in the back row. We really don't. You know, it's just a thing. These are things to consider when you're thinking about this card, honestly. And why it's pretty much going to be either overlooked or tossed aside or just completely poop. And that guy's got the finger, he's like, no, I'm not poop, I bring the force. Now, this comes out of the next Challenger, so we will not see this till probably around November. We'll probably have a release date around the time of Comic-Con, which is next week. I want to say it's next week. It's the 24th, 25th, so about 10 days off. I do want to also say that I will be at Comic-Con for many of things. San Diego Comic-Con, I will be there for many of things. Probably be the last Comic-Con for the year I'm able to attend to. But I'm there not as a fan, but as otherwise, just saying. So I will be there, so if you hear my voice, come say hi. That's only if you're going. Just saying. Finally, I just want to quickly mention about this trap card is that it's pretty good. I feel it's going to be alright. It's not going to be the Solemn Judgment replacement. I mean, it's going to be pretty obvious, seeing this a mile away. If MST stays at 3, then this is going to be a threat to, it. If MST doesn't stay, then, well, if you see one card in your opponent's back row, you now know to be scared. Without question. That's what this is going to bring to the table mindset-wise. Maybe I'm overthinking it because I'm half asleep. Maybe I'm just trying to be a little more excited for it. Maybe my personal self-journey brought me to this newfound mindset that goes, everything is great, everything is awesome. I know where that's going, so I'm going to stop myself there from thinking it. But everything's cool when you're part of a crowd. Anyways, I am super excited for next challengers. I feel like that's going to be the meta-breaking set. Besides the Duelist Alliance, I feel like Konami OCG is doing a little bit more, especially being out there past 2 days and being able to play again against them. It just, to me, that's more exciting than Hear Me, because Here is a little more dull where you know what to expect. And it's not that I don't have fun with it. I honestly do, but it's just kind of boring after a while. Same old, same old. This has been Coffee Time, your Monday discussion for pretty much everything Yu-Gi-Oh! Across the board. Doesn't even have to be meta, doesn't have to be casual, doesn't have to be single cards, it's just whatever I feel like talking about that Monday. Tomorrow is Tech Tuesday, obviously that'll be on time, I will be well rested, and I will be more talkative than I've ever been. So, with that said, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe only if you're new. There's no need to unsubscribe to resubscribe to tell me that you love me, because I know you do. No homo. Someone's going to say that, but whatever. Finally, if you have a deck request or anything you want, leave it in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about Nationals. Let me know what you think about the Solemn card. That's a lot of stuff to cover, and that's really annoying. I'm doing a robot in the background, even though you guys can't see. Here's the robot. See if we can get... Oh, there. Okay, we got the shadow of the robot. Whatever. I'm completely random. I'm Ryu, and I'm honest to God. This is how I am. Thanks for watching. Till next time. Peace.